Let's be real. Everyone loves to travel. But some trips, they're not just vacations. They're where money goes to show off. We're talking about places so expensive, so over the top, that just being there screams, "I'm rich." Private islands you can rent for hundreds of thousands of dollars a week. Ski resorts where billionaires park their private jets like we park our cars. And yes, even trips to space. These aren't the kind of destinations you just book on a budget. No. These are the spots where the price tag alone could buy you a house or two. But here's the thing. We're not just listing expensive places. We're showing you what it actually feels like to be there. Waking up in an overwater villa in Bora, drinking champagne after skiing in Aspen, watching the Earth from space while floating in zero gravity. So if you've ever wondered how the rich vacation, or you just want to dream big, this countdown is for you. Get ready, because we're taking you on a tour of 10 insane destinations that only the rich can afford. And trust me, number 1 is on another planet. Literally. Number 10, Bora, French Polynesia. Bora isn't just a destination, it's an experience that feels almost unreal. The moment your plane descends over the island, you see it. Turquoise waters stretching as far as the eye can see, dotted with overwater villas that look like they were built for the gods. Your adventure begins the second you step off the plane. There are no taxis here. A speedboat takes you across the crystal lagoon straight to your resort. The wind is warm, the water sparkles like liquid glass, and for a moment you forget the rest of the world even exists. When you finally reach your villa, it's more than a room. It's your own private slice of paradise. You can dive straight from your deck into the ocean, watch the sunset from your hammock, and fall asleep to the sound of gentle waves. And the days? They're a mix of adventure and serenity. You might spend the morning swimming with manta rays, the afternoon on a jet ski circling Mount Otomanu, and the evening having dinner on a private beach lit only by tiki torches. But all this comes at a cost, a very high one. Staying in Bora can easily set you back thousands of dollars a night, and that's before you even think about activities or food. For the rich, this is the perfect escape. No crowds, no noise, just pure luxury. For everyone else, Bora remains the dream vacation we promise ourselves will take one day. Number 9, Courchevel, France. Courchevel isn't just a ski resort, it's where luxury meets the Alps. Hidden in the French mountains, this snowy paradise is the place where billionaires and royals spend their winters. The moment you arrive, you realize this is no ordinary ski trip. The journey itself feels glamorous. Private jets land at the nearby airport, and sleek black cars whisk guests up the winding roads to chalets that look like they belong in a Christmas movie. Except these chalets have private chefs, indoor spas, and wine cellars worth more than most houses. Then there's the skiing. Courchevel is part of Les Trois Vallées, the largest ski area in the world, with endless slopes groomed to perfection. You might find yourself sharing the chairlift with celebrities, athletes, or even a royal or two. But the real magic happens after the slopes close. The village comes alive with Michelin-starred restaurants serving caviar and champagne, designer boutiques that look like they belong in Paris, and après-ski lounges where live music plays while the rich and famous unwind. Of course, all of this comes at a price. A week here can cost tens of thousands of dollars, and that's if you don't go overboard on the shopping and fine dining. Courchevel isn't just a place to ski, it's a place to be seen. It's where luxury feels effortless, where every detail is designed to make you feel like royalty, and where winter becomes something truly unforgettable. Number 8, St. Barts, Caribbean. St. Barts isn't just an island, it's the ultimate playground for the rich and famous. This tiny gem in the Caribbean feels like a secret club where only the most glamorous are invited. The moment your plane touches down on its famously short runway, you know you've arrived somewhere special. Imagine waking up to turquoise waters so clear they look photoshopped. Days here move slowly in the best way possible. Breakfast might be fresh fruit served on the deck of your private villa, followed by a lazy morning on a yacht that costs more per week than most people make in a year. The beaches? Pure perfection. Saline Beach, Gouverneur, Flemons, each one feels like it's been plucked straight out of a luxury travel magazine. And you're not just sharing them with tourists. Movie stars, tech billionaires, and musicians love this place. You could easily bump into your favorite celebrity, ordering a cocktail at Nikki Beach or dancing barefoot at a sunset party. What makes St. Barts truly special is its energy. It's glamorous, yes, but also effortlessly chic. There's no rush, no chaos, just crystal clear water, designer boutiques, and world-class restaurants where you might spend $500 on dinner and somehow feel like it was worth every penny. A trip here isn't cheap. A week can cost tens of thousands of dollars. But the memories? Priceless. St. Barts is where luxury feels alive, where every sunset feels like a private performance, and where you leave already planning your return. Number 7, Dubai, UAE. Dubai isn't just a city, and it's a statement. Rising out of the desert like a futuristic mirage, this place feels like it was built to prove that anything is possible with enough money and imagination. The moment you arrive, you're hit by a skyline that looks straight out of a sci-fi movie. Glittering skyscrapers, the iconic Burj Khalifa towering above the clouds, and man-made islands shaped like palm trees, and even the world map. Here, luxury is not optional. It's the default. You could stay at the Burj Al Arab, the famous 7-star hotel with suites bigger than most apartments, private butlers, and Rolls-Royce transfers. Or maybe you'd rather sleep underwater at Atlantis the Palm, where you can watch sharks and stingrays glide past your bedroom window. Days in Dubai can be anything you want them to be. One moment you're shopping in air-conditioned malls with indoor ski slopes. The next you're in the middle of the desert riding camels and watching the sunset behind golden dunes. At night, the city lights up with rooftop bars, Michelin-starred restaurants, and fountains that dance to music in front of the Burj Khalifa. But luxury here comes with a price, and a big one. Fine dining, private desert safaris, luxury shopping, and helicopter tours over the city can add up fast. Dubai isn't just a destination, it's an experience. It's where the future meets extravagance, where every day feels like an adventure, and where the rich go to live out their wildest dreams. Number 6, Seychelles. The Seychelles feel like they belong to another world, a secret paradise floating in the middle of the Indian Ocean. Arriving here is half the magic. As your plane descends, you see emerald green islands surrounded by impossibly turquoise water, like scattered jewels on a blue silk cloth. This is where luxury travelers come when they want absolute peace. Some book a villa tucked away in the hills with sweeping ocean views. Others go all in and rent an entire private island, complete with chefs, butlers, and a staff ready to arrange anything from sunrise yoga to a champagne picnic on a deserted beach. Life here is slow, and that's the point. Spend your mornings exploring lush trails where giant tortoises roam freely, then cool off in natural rock pools before heading to one of the world's most beautiful beaches. Anse Lazio, Anse Georgette, and Anse Source d'Argent are places that almost look fake. The sand is blindingly white, the water crystal clear, and the giant granite boulders look sculpted by hand. When the sun sets, the islands turn even more magical. Imagine dining under a sky filled with stars, waves gently breaking at your feet, and the sound of the warm breeze moving through the palms. But paradise doesn't come cheap. Luxury resorts here often cost several $1,000s per night. And yet, for those who make the trip, it's worth it. The Seychelles aren't just a vacation spot. They're a sanctuary where nature and exclusivity meet, and where you feel like the entire world has slowed down just for you. Number 5, Maldives. Few places on Earth capture the meaning of paradise quite like the Maldives. Scattered like jewels across the Indian Ocean, these 1,000-plus islands are a place where reality feels like a screensaver come to life. The magic begins the moment you land. A quick seaplane ride takes you over an ocean so clear you can see every coral reef from the sky. Soon, you're stepping off onto a wooden dock, greeted with cool towels and cocktails before being escorted to your villa. And not just any villa. We're talking overwater bungalows with glass floors, private infinity pools, and ladders that drop straight into the ocean. Your days here are as calm or adventurous as you want, snorkeling with manta rays, diving into some of the most colorful reefs on the planet, or just floating on your back as the world disappears. Evenings in the Maldives feel cinematic. Think private dinners under the stars, bioluminescent plankton glowing at your feet, and sunsets that paint the entire horizon gold and pink. The price tag? Eye-watering. A week here can cost more than a luxury car, especially if you opt for a private island resort or exclusive experiences like underwater dining. But those who can afford it say it's worth every penny, because this isn't just a trip, it's a memory that stays with you forever. The Maldives aren't a place you simply visit. They're a place you feel, a rare, magical moment where the world slows down and you realize you're living inside a dream. Number 4, Tokyo and Kyoto, Japan. Japan is a country of contrasts, and nowhere is that contrast more thrilling than in Tokyo and Kyoto. This isn't just a trip, it's a journey through two worlds, one futuristic and buzzing with neon, the other calm, spiritual, and steeped in tradition. Start in Tokyo, where luxury means sky-high hotels with panoramic views of the city glowing below you. Your days might begin with breakfast on the 45th floor, then shopping in Ginza, where every designer label you can imagine has a flagship store. In the evening, dine at a Michelin-starred sushi bar with only 8 seats, where the chef prepares each bite like a work of art. Then take the bullet train, a first-class seat, of course, to Kyoto. Here, the pace slows, and it feels like you've stepped back in time. Stay at a ryokan, a traditional Japanese inn, where you sleep on tatami mats, wear a yukata, and soak in a private hot spring bath as the sound of bamboo swaying fills the air. By day, explore ancient temples, stroll through the famous Arashiyama bamboo forest, or take a private tea ceremony with a master who explains every detail of the ritual. The combination of Tokyo's cutting-edge energy and Kyoto's timeless serenity is what makes this trip so special. It's not cheap. 5-star hotels, fine dining, and private cultural experiences add up quickly, but it's a journey that leaves you changed, giving you a deeper appreciation for beauty, detail, and balance. Number 3, Monaco. Monaco feels like stepping into a real-life James Bond movie. The streets are lined with palm trees, the harbor sparkles with some of the most expensive yachts in the world, and everywhere you look, there's a quiet but unmistakable sense of wealth. Mornings here might start with coffee on a balcony, overlooking the Mediterranean, the sound of waves mixing with the purr of exotic cars on the streets below. Stroll through the famous Carré d'Or shopping district, and you'll pass Chanel, Cartier, and Louis Vuitton, all within a few steps of each other. Then there's the thrill of the Formula One Grand Prix circuit. Even if you're not here during race weekend, you can walk the same roads where the fastest cars in the world battle for glory. Imagine driving through the famous tunnel, hairpin turns and sweeping curves. It's a bucket list experience for any racing fan. In the afternoon, take a walk to the Prince's Palace for sweeping views over the city, then head down to Port Hercules to admire the yachts that look more like floating mansions. When the sun sets, the energy shifts. Monte Carlo comes alive with fine dining, rooftop cocktails, and the glittering lights of the legendary casino. A night here can easily cost as much as a luxury vacation elsewhere, but that's part of Monaco's magic. This is a place to indulge, to celebrate, and to feel like you're part of a world where glamour is the norm and every moment feels just a little bit cinematic. Number 2, Fiji, private islands. Fiji isn't just a destination, it's the fantasy of owning your own slice of paradise. Here, the ultra-rich don't just book a hotel room, they rent entire islands. Imagine flying in on a private seaplane, the turquoise ocean glittering below, and landing on a white sand beach that is yours and yours alone. On a private Fijian island, the experience is completely tailored to you. Your villa might sit on a hilltop with a 360-degree view of the Pacific, or hover over the water with steps leading straight into the sea. Staff are there to anticipate every need, from freshly caught lobster dinners under the stars to sunrise yoga sessions on a deserted beach. Days here are pure bliss. Snorkel through coral reefs alive with color, dive with manta rays, or sail around the island on your private boat. There's no rush, no schedule, just the sound of waves, warm breezes, and the feeling that the world has completely slowed down for you. At night, the island becomes even more magical. With no light pollution, the sky explodes with stars, and you can enjoy a candlelit dinner with your feet in the sand, the ocean as your soundtrack. But paradise comes with a price tag, and a big one. Renting a private island in Fiji can cost anywhere from tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars per week. But for those who can afford it, it's not just a vacation, it's a chance to live a dream few people ever will. Fiji's private islands are the ultimate escape, where luxury, privacy, and natural beauty combine to create an experience that feels like stepping into your own personal Eden. Number 1, space tourism. What could possibly top a private island or a 7-star hotel? How about leaving the planet entirely? Space tourism is the ultimate luxury, an experience so rare that only a handful of humans in history have done it for leisure. Companies like Virgin Galactic, Blue Origin, and SpaceX are turning what was once science fiction into reality. Picture this. You board a sleek spacecraft, your heart racing as you're strapped into a seat that looks like something out of a sci-fi movie. The countdown begins, engines roar, and suddenly you're leaving Earth behind. Within minutes, you're floating in zero gravity, looking out of a giant window at the curve of the planet below. The sky's black, the stars are sharper than you've ever seen, and for a few precious minutes, there's absolute silence. This isn't just a vacation, it's a perspective shift. Astronauts call it the overview effect, that profound moment when you realize how small and fragile Earth really is. But this once-in-a-lifetime trip comes with a price tag to match, around $250,000 for just a few minutes in space. And if you want a longer mission, like SpaceX's private orbital flights, you could be looking at tens of millions of dollars. Space tourism isn't about luxury suites or infinity pools. It's about bragging rights on a cosmic level. It's the ultimate adventure, the final frontier of travel, and the most exclusive experience money can buy. For those who can afford it, this is more than just a trip. It's the chance to become one of the very few people on Earth who can say, "I've seen our planet from space." And there you have it, the ultimate bucket list for the ultra-rich. From private islands to trips beyond Earth, these aren't just vacations, they're once-in-a-lifetime experiences. But here's the thing, you don't have to be a billionaire to dream big. Which one of these destinations would you choose if money wasn't a problem? Tell me in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more dream-worthy adventures.